Welcome back to Story Love, where we take stories written by kids and we read them and we talk about them. My name's Lee, and I'm here with...
Peter!
That is your name.
Yep.
Peter, let's get started. Would you read our first story for us?
Lee, I would love nothing more. Our first story comes to us today from a 6-year-old from Canada named Beth. And Beth's story is called The Rolling Restaurant.
Ooh.
Once upon a time, there was a girl, and she liked to go to restaurants. Relatable. One time, when she was in one of her many restaurants, she felt some bumping, and then she felt some wobbling. But then she looked out the window, and she saw that the restaurant had wheels. She went to the front of the restaurant where you order your food and saw that there was a steering wheel. He didn't even notice her. It was zooming through the town. And that's why you should never go to a restaurant unattended that doesn't have an outside. The end.
Okay, so when I read this the first time, I was like, I gotta ask Peter what that last sentence means. But now hearing it out loud, I totally understand.
Oh, do you? Please tell.
Well, there is no patio in the restaurant, right?
Okay.
So if there was a patio in the restaurant, it's a good indication that the restaurant can't just up and start moving.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yes.
Because, you put your chairs outside your rolling restaurant, you drive away, you lost all your chairs.
That's right. That's right. Not to mention your little heaters.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Or any covers that you have.
Awnings,
tables, silverware, place settings.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, the thing that I'm most intrigued about in this story is who he is.
He is the steering wheel.
The wheel itself?
Yeah, I believe that the restaurant is owned and operated by the steering wheel. And that's where you get the steering wheel takes your order too.
Oh, okay. Well,
because the person goes up to where they you order your food, and that's where the steering wheel was. And he didn't even notice her.
So do you think this girl walked into this restaurant and you order up front, so maybe it's fast food or there's no waiters around.
Right. Order at the counter.
Yeah, and in this case, you're saying she walked in and goes, "Oh, here's a steering wheel that I speak into or order from."
She didn't notice it at first. First, she probably got her seat. You want to get a good table first.
Right.
You go, you put your jacket on a chair, and then you're like...
I'm sorry, Lee. Are you the type of person that goes into an order at the counter place and claims a seat before you order and get your food?
Yeah, 100%. I'm a reasonable person.
That destroys the entire system. When a person gets their food and there's no seats because your jacket's there and you've thrown the whole system out of loop.
Well, they shouldn't have ordered food if there weren't any seats.
Well, you try to trust that by the time you get it, somebody has wrapped up.
There is no trust in the restaurant business.
I will die on this hill.
The Rolling Restaurant is an amazing story. Beth, thank you so much for sending it in. I'm going to look out for restaurants without patios from now on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get on to our next one.
Yes,
This
please.
is from a 9-year-old from Connecticut named Ronan, and it's called 3 Broken Heroes. There were 3 weird birds. One had no wings. Another had a roller coaster hat. And the last one was a baby bird that created the world. They wanted to become knights, but they were untrained. To train, they battled the furniture god, Mr. Garlic Guy. They defeated him on the 732nd try. Then a giant piano with wings came to the village.
Naturally.
He was also made by an evil scientist named Bob, who came from Piano Planet. They used their new onion shredders to defeat the giant piano. He was defeated, then all the birds had a pizza party. P.S. The bird with the roller coaster hat's name was 3, the one with no feathers' name is Broken, and the baby bird that made the world's name is Heroes.
3 Broken Heroes. That's
Incredible.
The title of the story.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
I didn't catch it until right
Wow.
now. Oh, amazing.
3 Broken Heroes. Incredible, because they're saying
That's
the
their
baby
names.
bird's name is HERO''S. So it's not even... It wouldn't be grammatically correct if it was the way we originally read it.
That's, I can't think of anyone else's name that has a possessive in it. My name is Heroes.
Well, a lot of people, because if someone's name ends with an S and you want to make it possessive, you have to go S.
It's true. Oh, so if Heroes owned a sandwich, would you say that's Heroes' sandwich?
Yes. Heroes is.
But there's still an apostrophe. Is it double? Could you go
It's a double.
HERO apostrophe S
It's
apostrophe
a double.
S?
Yes, it's a double.
I love that.
Never before seen in human history, Ronan. Incredible work.
I gotta say, the thing that this really, to me, it doesn't feel like one story. This, to me, feels like a full comic book series.
Okay.
You know, where there's like multiple adventures, like the backstory, battling Mr. Garlic Guy 732 times is like their training montage. Like that's how they became as good as they are.
Oh, okay.
And then they go on to other adventures, like the giant piano with wings. I could see this being a 12-part comic book series.
There is a lot here. Ronan, I think what Peter's trying to say is you could flesh this out.
Yeah.
You could make a career out of this.
It's got a real sense of history in it.
And speaking of history, I was interested in the baby bird who made the world. So I did a little bit of research.
Ooh.
Just the very minimum. And to find out if there were already any sort of like origin, stories about baby birds that created the world, like in different cultures. And there's nothing quite like that, but there are a lot of stories about an egg that is laid by a bird being the birth of the world.
Well, what it made me, obviously that is the most intriguing detail and the last one was a baby bird who created the world.
Unless this story takes place before the world begins, in which case we're saying in the future, this baby bird, when it grows up and lays an egg, that egg will be the world.
It feels to me like it's past tense at the beginning.
Well, it is, literally.
Yeah, exactly. But the first thing I imagined was the world itself being an egg. Just because you said bird created the world. And then just the idea of a space bird laying an egg that is the earth.
Right.
It was a striking image that maybe was not intended. But then I thought, what would happen if that egg hatched? What would be inside the earth egg?
The earth. There are so many striking images in this story.
Mm-hmm.
Onion shredders that defeat giant pianos.
Giant piano with wings.
So much here, Ronan. Incredible story. Please flesh this out into a 732 issue series.
Please do.
All right, we got one more. Peter, take it away.
Lee, this next story comes to us from a 8-year-old from North Carolina named Margot, and Margot's story is entitled Skeleton Man plus Key Lime Pie. There's a plus sign.
Yeah.
So I could be and also. Once there was an SM. You can guess what that is. He was made of yogurt. It was made of key lime pie.
So key lime pie flavored yogurt.
I believe so, in the shape of a skeleton man. He had all the tech. He had a watch that was so high tech, you couldn't even blink when you saw it.
Wow.
Once he made a maid robot helper. She does everything, even fly and barf out rainbows and shoot fire.
She does anything, even fly and barf out rainbows and shoot fire.
As a maid does. One day, he was spooked. The maid was evil. She got a big black castle and lived in it. She became a vampire and eated only one thing. Hairy yodels.
Oh, no.
Then Moo Moo Man, the superhero, cow, defeated her. Then the whole thing happened I'm going to round this to a gazillion, more times. Everyone now eats lontinotas, a.k.a. potatoes. The end.
Is that lontinotas? Is that a real word for potatoes?
I don't think so. Not that I know of.
I don't know why, but I read it originally as I-O as an I instead of a lowercase L. I'm probably wrong about that.
It looks like an L to me.
Anyway, this is an amazing story. I love once there was an SM. You can guess what that is because we saw the title.
But then it doesn't tell you. You can go ahead and guess.
You can guess. In fact, the answers are right in front of your eyes. I love he had all the tech. That sounds to me like something that like kids say.
Oh, yeah. You know, Devin, he has all the tech.
Do they say that?
I don't know. I could imagine it. And what is all the tech?
Well, apparently it includes a smartwatch that you can't blink when you see it.
Couldn't even blink when you saw it.
Is that because it's so shockingly awesome?
The second time I read it, I realized it was the like, you know, I can't even blink. It's so beautiful.
Wow. It's amazing.
I'm stuck in the shocked face.
Or does it have some kind of strobe that's like you look at it and you're like, and then you always tell the time correctly because you're never accidentally blinking in the middle of telling the time.
That's always the problem. I want to check the time really fast, and then I'm like, let me look. Oh, I'm blinking. I'm wasting time that I could be using to process the time.
Oh, well, I can tell you what time it is. It's 5-4. I lost the last digit.
Yeah, well, I'll
blinked.
use my magic.
5-4.
I'll use my tech watch. Ready? Go! 8:15.
I gotta get that tech.
You can't even blink when you saw it.
I can't wait for the new version to come out where not only can you not blink, but you also can't spit.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Is this a problem for you?
Yeah. Oh, it's 6:43. I missed the last digit.
Now it's on my watch.
Yeah.
If only I had a robot maid to clean this up.
The Jetsons. Robot maid.
Rosie.
Right? Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
She's not evil, though. Although surely there was an episode of the Jetsons where she
got
turned evil or something.
Probably reprogrammed or something.
Yeah.
But it seems to me that this robot maid was never did that job successfully. Because out of the gate, we say she does anything, even fly and barf out rainbows and shoot fire. No mention of cleaning.
Well, but anything is a mention of cleaning. Like if you're writing a story, you're not if your robot maid does fly and barf out rainbows and shoot fire, you're not going to be like, oh, I hear the amazing things my robot maid can do. She can really scrub the grout.
It's true, but it's really telling that there's no mention of doing the job.
I think she does the job great.
Okay, and then
also does these amazing things. She does anything.
But how did she get evil, you think?
Well, I think perhaps she was evil all along.
Fault in the code?
Yeah.
Or it evolved to become conscious.
Maybe she was hacked. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Things get hacked.
That's what I know.
But let's talk about the hairy yodels, because they're on my mind.
I'm trying to visualize a hairy yodel.
Yodel.
Where?
How do you do a yodel that has hair?
The hair. All I could picture was a person's throat and mouth going yodel and long hairs coming out of it.
Are the hairs going down your throat?
No. They're coming out.
They fly out?
When you go yodel-hee-hoo, they go into the breeze.
Wouldn't it be way worse if you went yodel-hee-hoo and the hairs like come out and they're like in there? It's always the same hairs.
Yeah, that is what I'm picturing. And then when you stop yodeling, they go...
And they go back into your mouth.
No, they
you
just
suck them back in.
Oh, that's worse.
I think they're always because they got to be anchored somewhere, and I think they're anchored probably in your stomach or maybe your voice box.
Well, it depends how you like to wear your hair. You know, if you like to wear it out in a little ponytail, it's like, hey guys,
this is one of the most disturbing things we've ever talked about.
We need Moo Moo Man, the superhero cow, to defeat this.
Definitely, Margot, incredible story, Skeleton Man plus key lime pie. Thanks to everyone for sending us in your stories. And to read today's stories, just head to storypirates.com.